Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Bachelor Show. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into something that's been on everyone's mind since the Golden Bachelorette premiered. Will Joan Vassos actually find her happily ever after on the show? Many fans have been eagerly watching this season, hoping to see Joan, a woman who's lived through love, loss, and everything in between, find the man of her dreams. But I've got to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to happen, and here's why. The Golden Bachelorette promises something special. For those who are just tuning in, the show is like the original Bachelorette, but with a twist. Instead of a 20-something-year-old searching for love, we've got Joan Vassos, a 60-something woman who's looking for her second chance at love. She's lived a full life, having raised children, been married, and dealt with the heartbreak of loss. Joan is a woman of experience, wisdom, and resilience. And on the surface, it seems like the perfect premise for a reality show that's supposed to give us hope about second chances and love at any age. But here's the thing. I think Joan might not find the one on this show. Now, I'm not saying she won't find someone great, but is it really going to be the man of her dreams? Let's break down why true love might be just a bit elusive for Joan, even though she certainly deserves it. First off, there's the whole issue of the premise of reality dating shows in general. The Golden Bachelorette is essentially the same format as The Bachelor or The Bachelorette that we've seen for years, with one key difference: age. Joan is 60. And the men vying for her affection are in their 60s and 70s. In a traditional dating show, the contestants have the luxury of growing close in an accelerated time frame. But what happens when the stakes are a little higher, and the contestants have lived through decades of life experiences, heartaches, and personal growth? How easy is it to rekindle that kind of intense connection when you've already lived a full life? Let's talk about Joan. She's had a full career, raised a family, and dealt with the difficult loss of her husband. Her expectations of love are bound to be shaped by those experiences. Joan's looking for someone who's not just a match in terms of chemistry, but in terms of emotional depth, understanding, and compatibility. At this stage in her life, she's probably not looking for fleeting romance or someone to just pass the time with. Joan wants someone who will be her equal, someone who understands the value of shared experiences, and someone who can bring her joy and companionship in her golden years. But the problem with the Golden Bachelorette format is that it doesn't really allow for the kind of deep, authentic connections that Joan is seeking. The nature of a reality show competition is based on performing for the cameras and competing for attention in a short period of time. It's almost like speed dating, but with a lot more drama and a much larger audience watching. How can anyone form a lasting, meaningful relationship when they're under constant pressure to perform, be charming, and impress a panel of producers and cameras at every turn? Joan's looking for true love, not a staged performance. Then there's the issue of diverse life experiences. Some of the men on the Golden Bachelorette may have had different experiences than Joan, and that's completely fine. But let's face it, the Golden Bachelorette contestants are not a perfectly matched group of people in terms of personal background, life history, and emotional maturity. Some of them may have been married several times, others may have never been married at all. Some might have kids, others might not. Some may have a strong sense of family, while others might not value it in the same way. And Joan's desire for a deep connection means she's not going to just fall for anyone who says the right things or has a charming smile. The age factor is another hurdle. While the Golden Bachelorette offers a much-needed spotlight on older contestants, it doesn't change the fact that these men are also older. And some may not be in the best health or might have emotional baggage that makes long-term relationships difficult. Relationships in later life can be complicated. There might be health issues, family concerns, and even just the reality of not having as many years ahead to build a future together. There's less time to grow into a relationship. And for Joan, who's already lived through decades of life, she might find it difficult to connect with someone who hasn't had the same life experiences or who may not have the same level of emotional maturity. But let's talk about expectations for a second. Joan is on the Golden
She doesn't want a
Bachelorette
man
because
who's
she's
looking
for a
actively
short-term
looking for
fling
love.
or someone who's still unsure of what they want in life. Joan wants someone who's ready for commitment, who's ready to settle down and share the last chapters of their lives together. But in a competition format like this, it's hard to find that. Too much of it is about creating drama, manufacturing tension, and giving the audience what they want to see. And what they want to see isn't necessarily the kind of deep, mature love that Joan deserves. And let's not forget the chemistry factor. Even though chemistry is a huge part of any romantic relationship, it's also incredibly difficult to predict or force. When you've lived a full life, you know that love isn't just about sparks flying instantly or superficial attraction. It's about connection, respect, and shared values. Joan may have an initial connection with several of the men on the show, but that doesn't mean that any of them will be the right long-term match. In fact, it might be too soon to tell if any of the men will have the staying power or emotional depth she's looking for. That brings us to another important point: Joan's emotional needs. At 60, Joan is probably looking for a partner who can offer more than just physical attraction or entertainment. She's been there, done that. The men she's interested in need to be emotionally available and capable of deep emotional connection. And as we've seen in past seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, emotional vulnerability and deep connection are not always the focus. So while Joan may have some initial sparks with a few of the men, will they be able to meet her emotional needs in the long run? This is where things get tricky. Joan deserves to find a partner who truly gets her, someone who's been through similar life experiences, who understands the importance of communication, who values emotional intimacy, and who can appreciate her for who she is. And unfortunately, this kind of deep connection is hard to come by on a reality show that's designed for entertainment, not true love. The men vying for her attention are competing for something that is difficult to measure, and most importantly, they're competing for someone who is not looking for just a fleeting connection. Joan wants something real. I know. Some of you might be thinking, but love can happen at any age. And you're absolutely right. Love can happen at any stage of life. But love is also about finding someone who's truly compatible with you, who shares your values, your goals, and your emotional needs. And while I would love to see Joan find true love on the Golden Bachelorette, I think the show's format is ultimately too limiting for someone like her, who has lived a rich, full life and is looking for a meaningful, lasting relationship. So, will Joan find the man of her dreams? I'm not so sure. Will she find someone who's great for her? Maybe. But will it be the deep, soul-connecting love that she's looking for? I think that's a tougher question. I just hope that regardless of how it plays out on the show, Joan doesn't settle for anything less than what she truly deserves. She's lived through enough, and she knows what she wants. What do you think? Do you think Joan will find the man of her dreams on the Golden Bachelorette? Or do you agree with me that true love is a bit more elusive in this kind of environment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode of Golden Bachelorette breakdowns and other juicy content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.